So let's do a bit of Zera Shimshon, as not to lose our practice. And in Hag, if anybody wants to ask any questions, Zera Hashem, you can ask on the Matzav, I'm sure there's many questions or whatever, but you can ask. We'll talk about it. If there's any hashkafic understanding of how to deal with things, we can talk about it as well. So, okay, in the meantime, we'll read a piece of Zera Shimshon, which is interesting. I said to myself, it's interesting because we said, Bezot HaBeracha, which is the last parasha of the Sefer Torah, and we're starting Berashit. I think it's mamash like that. We're now in a new era. It's a new era. We just hope that this will take very soon, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems to be, there's going to be a new turn of events that will, because Baruch is bringing this. Yeah, so it's a new Berashit. It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter in Am Yisrael. So let's see what it says here in Rashi. Berashit. Rashi said, Alav Shalom, Pidesh like this. Yeah, in Berashit, he said, Berashit bara Elokim. What is the first Rashi that he wrote? Because who came, and the first thing he did was he wrote in the Chumash, the first parasha is Berashit. And the question is, why Berashit? Berashit means the creation of the world, how we all came about, and so why did the Torah start with that? That's what Rashi asks. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, actually Rabbi Yitzchak, Tana. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, לא היה צריך להתחיל התורה אלא מהחודש הזה לכם, שהיא מצווה ראשונה שהסתוו בה ישראל. Really and truly, the Torah, what is Torah? Torah, the word of Torah means it comes to teach. The Torah hora'ah, comes from the lashon of hora'ah, which is to teach. Yeah? So, an instruction book. Now, if it's the instruction book, so then we should really get the first instructions for Am Yisrael to do the Taryag mitzvot, the 630 mitzvot. That should be the first thing the book should be talking about. This is what Rabbi Yitzchak says, and Rashi brings down. The Torah should have started with Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim. It should have really started with Chodesh Azelachem, which is the first time that Am Yisrael already have mitzvot, when Am Yisrael were in Mitzrayim. So why is it that the Torah, it says here, Uma ta'am patach beBereshit. Why is it that Torah started with Bereshit bara Elokim and started, how created the entire world?
Rabbi, I just had a question. It wasn't Peru or Revu the first one? It mentions it in Bereshit.
Correct. Very good question. That is the first as a mitzvah. It's the first mitzvah. But in terms of Am Yisrael, when Am Yisrael were together as a group, so they were commanded to do certain mitzvot. Yeah. So from that point onwards is that when Am Yisrael were together. Nachon, you're right. The first mitzvah is Perul Bo, because that was how it's connected to Bereshit. That's also connected to Bereshit, which is who said to Adam and Chava, Perul Bo, and also we see it in Noach, right? But we do see that when Am Yisrael got together as a group, what was the first mitzvah? So Achodesh Yelachem. So already the Pesach and the Dam Berit Milah, right? So that's the emphasis, more than the emphasis of Perul Bo. Even though, your question is good for sure. So this says like this. It says, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is basically connected to everything that I've spoken to you until now, the whole idea of this war. משום כוח מעשיו הגיד לעמו, לתת להם נחלת גויים. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu start with Berashit? Because we have to know how to answer the goyim, to say that what? HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, She'im yomru omot ha'olam, if the nations of the world, including Gaza, Palestinians, all the goyim, She'im yomru omot ha'olam, listim atem, you're all ganavim, you stole. Shikavashtem arsot sheva goyim. You came from Mitzrayim. You spent 40 years in the deserts, and then you came in and you conquered the 7 nations that were living here in Eretz Israel 3,000 years ago. So you are stealing. Okay? Omrim lahem. What do we say back to them? This is Rashi. Omrim lahem. We say to the goyim, Kol haaretz shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu hi. The entire world belongs to Hashem. From where do we know this? From Berashit. That's why, it's like the first contention. The first contention that we have with the goyim is the goyims. They say, why should you have Eretz Yisrael? You shouldn't have this Eretz Yisrael, right? We see it now. What do we say? No, who was the one who created the world? Hu bar'a ubesono natla mehem venatla lanu. From him, it was his will to take it away from them and to give it to us. Right? Ad kan leshono. Okay, now it's a beautiful Rashi, very interesting. It explains why we start with Bereshit, so that we know how to answer back to the goyim when they say you stole the land, it doesn't belong to you. So we understand. We answer back. It's Hashem. Hashem created the entire world, correct? So he decided to whom we should. Obviously, they will say who spoke to you, who did. Okay, we understand. Now, second paragraph. Now he starts asking very interesting questions. B'ha'olam makshim she'en kan lo kushia v'lo tirutz. The world, the Mefarshim explain. They ask. There's no question and there's not even an answer here. It doesn't even start the whole thing. Why? What type of question is it when Rabbi Yitzchak said, "Lo haya tzarich le'atchil haTorah, ela me'achodesh hazeh"? What type of question is the Torah shouldn't have started in Bereshit? It should have started with "Hachodesh yelachem." והלא מתחילה צריך להודיענו מי הם האבות המוזכרים בתורה כמה פעמים. How can you start talking about in any book, right? It's a beautiful question on Rashi. Any book that you start has an introduction, has you start building up. You start building up the story. So you have to give the basics. So here the basics is where do we come from? The Adam Rishon, then there's Noach, then there's the Avot, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Umihem Moshe, Aharon. Who's Moshe and Aharon? You know, you're bringing Keviachol. You want Rabbi Yitzchak. Obviously, there's an answer to all of this, right? But as a question, Rabbi Yitzchak, you want to say that you should stay. The first thing you should say is a few halachot. Yeah, the halachot of certain things that happen in Mitzrayim, Brit Milah, and the Korban, v'chule. First of all, give me a bit of background. Give me background. Who we are, where do we come from? Who's Abraham, Moshe, Aaron? Ve'od. Okay, another question. Ve'od matirutz hu ze mishum koach ma'asav. And what type of an answer is this that we say that koch ma'asav, that we say that the koch ma'asav yigid le'amo, that we have the power to say back to them. ומה עניין זה להשיב למה ששאל למה פתח בבראשית? Whatever an answer is this, ומה עניין זה להשיב, what is this, what's this idea of answering למה ששאל למה פתח בבראשית? Why, what's the connection is there between the answer and the question? Another question, ועוד קשה, איך תיסח דעתין לומר שהם ליסטים בשביל שכבשו ארצות שבע גויים, והלא מנהג העולם הוא שמי שעושה מלחמה שזוכה במה שכובש. Why should the goyim come and tell us, oh, you stole the land, you came and you conquered the land? Says that's not a ta'ana. Why? והלא מנהג העולם הוא, the minhag העולם, the way the world is, שמי שעושה מלחמה, somebody who does war, he wages war against another country, שזוכה במה שכובש. Right? It happened all the time. You have this when one country conquers another, we say they stole it. We could say stealing, but it's not stealing. It's the derech of the world that there's a war, and when there's a war, you go and you conquer the place, and you conquered it. That's war, right? You can say maybe it's stealing, but the norm of this is that nowadays, for example, you have the NATO and all these agreements that nobody can attack anybody and this and that, whatever it says. Everybody has their own countries and leave it like that, and that's not. Nobody can conquer each other like they used to be before. But that was a minhag then. Anybody who has this is a stronger country, so he can conquer the other country. שמי שעושה מלחמה שזוכה במה שכובש. Anybody who wages war and he wins the war, so he that's it belongs to him. ומי גרע כוח ישראל מעשיו שהוריש את החורי וכפתורים היוצאים מכפתור. Right? And we see that Esav themselves, they also came and conquered other places as well. So why is Am Yisrael different? The Esav came and they conquered, right? The other places. So Am Yisrael can do the same thing as well. They are not considered. They don't consider themselves listim, stealing. וכמה אחרים שיש בתורה. ועוד, obviously we'll talk about only the questions now. ועוד אדרבה, הם דווקא הם הליסטים, שהם מזרע חם ולא ישראל, שבאים מזרע שם, שבחלקו נפלה הארץ בחלוקה שעשה נוח לבניו. And quite the contrary, it says, ועוד אדרבה. How come is it that the Goyim come and tell us that we are the ones who are the ones who stole from the 7 nations? A very interesting point here, and it diffuses the question. Bichlal. It says, ועוד אדרבה, הם דווקא הם הליסטים. They are the ones who are the ones who are stealing. Why? שהם מזרע חם, כנענים, החיתים, חיתים, פריזים וכולי, פלישתים, they're all from זרע חם. ולא ישראל, שבאים מזרע שם. We come from Shem, yeah. Noach had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Yafet. So all the Arabs, not the Arabs, but the Canaanim, וכולי, they all come from Ham. And we come from Shem. שבחלקו נפלה הארץ, בחלוקה שעשה נוח לבניו. When Noach came and divided the land, the whole world, so Shem took Eretz Yisrael. Shem, he was the one who inherited Eretz Yisrael and other pieces of land as well. But Eretz Yisrael, and then the 7 nations, when the Ham came and they conquered, and they came and stole the land. and then we came and we took it out of them. Really,
Was it,
Noach had already given the thing to Shem, which belongs to us, to Am Yisrael.
wasn't he
Yes.
also Malchi Tzedek?
Sorry?
Wasn't Shem also Malchi Tzedek?
Correct. Correct. Yeah, nachon. But he was Am Yisrael. Really, kiviyachol, they're not the robbers. Kiviyachol, they didn't steal the land. First of all, the story goes that Noach, it was the entire place would belong to him. Kiviyachol, the whole world. And then before he passed away, he gave it to his 3 sons. That's one of the reasons why Ham and first of all, the story goes that Noach, it was the entire place would belong to him, the whole world. And then before he passed away, he gave it to his 3 sons. That's one of the reasons why Ham came and did what he did with Noach. He didn't want a 4th child. So what? You're going to divide the whole world into 4? No way. 3 is enough. So he did something we all know. And because of that, Noah divided the land, and Shem inherited Eretz Yisrael. And then came the 7 nations, and they all took their own places in Eretz Yisrael. And then Am Yisrael, and then we came after 40 years in the Midbar, after Mitzrayim, we came and we conquered, we threw them out, right? It took us 14 years, whatever it is, and they were out. Yeah, we conquered them, we killed them all. And this is an answer, it's like questions on what Rashi mentioned, but at least we have an idea that one of the reasons why Berashit is mentioned in the Torah is in order to show the rest of the goyim of the world that Eretz Yisrael belongs to Am Yisrael. So why? Because Baruch Hu gave it to us. But we also see that they can't say, look, you stole it from us, from the Palestinians, from this. No, it was already given to Noach, and Noach gave it already to Shem. So it belongs to us. And because who already promised it to Abraham Avinu. He is the one who created the world. He gave it to Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and to us as well. So, this is also part of what is really going on here. The Palestinians, they all want this land. The whole world wants this land. I've never seen, everybody wants a piece of this land. All the goyim, you go to the old city, and you got this Avodah Zarah, this church, and that thing, and that thing. Everybody wants a piece. Everyone wants a piece. Everyone wants a piece in the Ruchniut, kaviyachol, right? They all feel that they all want to be part of Eretz Yisrael. They all feel that they all understand that that's the truth, and they all want it. Yeah, they all feel that no, the kedusha comes from me. Yeah, that's what the goyim say. There's no kedusha, obviously, but klipot. But B'ezrat Hashem, let's finish it here. And B'ezrat Hashem, we mamash have a lot of Siyat Ishmaya in our tefillot, in our change. We should add more shalom to Am Yisrael, and B'ezrat Hashem, with that power, be able to get this war finished and overdone with, B'ezrat Hashem, very quickly. It's not pashut, but we are a nation lemala min hateva. We are a nation above nature, and therefore we can do anything that we do is above nature. So all the mitzvot, all the tefillot, all the Torah, all the chesed, the tzedakah that we do has a power to go beyond nature, and therefore we can, B'ezrat Hashem, bring all those hundreds or more kidnapped back, and B'ezrat Hashem, may we hear good news from those who are sick. Refuah Shema to them, B'ezrat Hashem, who should send them all Refuah Shema, Zera Shimshon as well. May all the Chayalim, that if they have to go into Gaza, they should all come back leshalom, siyata dishmaya, bri'im v'shlemim, hazakim v'smechim, B'ezrat Hashem, and we should all bring Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mehera b'yameinu close in our days, very, very close with Hashem. Amen.
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 B'ezrat Hashem to all. Chaim to shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi. Stay well, Rabbi.
Amen. B'ezrat Hashem. And we should
Stay
all
safe and stay well.
We'll get together again on Wednesday.
Wednesday, please God. Thank you very much, everyone.
We'll be in touch.
Good night.
Amen.
Bye-bye.